Are they really still doing that? So, is he still daring to do that 5 days before he's out? Yeah, guys, what happened there? Now, a stablecoin started at $1. It only has $1. This can definitely be a significant advantage here, and now let's assume that these predictions are correct. So, friends, now there's a bit of Ripple content. Yeah, I'm not invested myself, but I personally believe that a big pump could be coming in January. Also, the legal dispute between the SEC and Ripple is expected to be resolved on January 15th. Remember that date? I'll explain why in a moment. And on top of that, we're experiencing the renaissance of the Bullrun, folks. Yeah, the percentages are climbing back up right now. The Bullrun isn't over yet, and why that is, we'll analyze first. Also, we're drawing from our advent calendar, and a new door will be opened as well. So in that sense, hold on, I need my coffee. In that sense, cheers, see you after the intro. Before we dive in, just a quick piece of information. Some of you have probably noticed it, so I don't want to drag this out too long. There's a doubling bonus from Pinex, and I'm not going to go into how the grid bot works and so on. I also made a special video about this. In any case, I will still be in my uptrend trading group, the new closed trading group, and there are already over people in it. By the way, yesterday I dropped a coin tip that was already up 50% after 2.5 hours. And today I'm going to explain in detail what this bonus is all about, or rather, how my bot is currently performing. The cool thing about it is, well, this hasn't been done before. You can secure a $500 bonus on your deposit, and even if you want to start small, you pay $10.01 FARs and get $50. Hey, so that's pretty nice. Terms and conditions are down here. As I said, I won't go any deeper into this, so just check it out for yourself. Let's move on directly to the core PC rate. So a brief explanation about that. There was the interest rate cut, which went as had expected. However, it seems that Powell struck a bit of the wrong tone regarding the whole reserve of Bitcoin in the US, where he apparently isn't the biggest fan of it, that's for sure. Then came the GDP figures, which proved that, well, we don't really need to lower interest rates that much because the GDP is significantly better than expected. That was negative in this case for the crypto cosmos, but yesterday, core PCE rate followed. Feel free to read through it in detail. As I said, this isn't a Bitcoin update video, so feel free to check it out. Anyway, what's exciting about this is that these numbers have proven that the Fed is indeed capable of lowering interest rates further because inflation is nowhere near as high as expected. And that was immediately reflected in the numbers. So if you look at this, Bitcoin is up over 5% and bam, everything else is going up with it. So I want to say at this point, tomorrow, if there are videos you need to watch, then it's a must. Because tomorrow, we're going to talk about the bull run, how it could continue, what phase we're in if we look at past predictions, and so on and so forth. That's the topic of tomorrow's video, not today. I would say the bull run is back, and maybe we'll even break the $1,000 mark. However, it should be mentioned that institutional investors, let's quickly interject here. The fear and greed index is also relatively manageable, sitting at 73, which means it's already overheated, but it's not extremely greedy. We are just in a greedy phase right now. So from that perspective, there's definitely still room to grow before any corrections should come. I wanted to show you this, namely the purchases of institutional investors, specifically in the Bitcoin spot ETF. And please make a note of this. Nothing is going to happen over the weekend. Now, there were mainly record outflows when you look at it like that. So I tend to believe that not much will happen over the weekend and also next week since Christmas is coming up. However, who knows, maybe we'll shoot even higher and the retailers are really getting back in the game. Let's just wait and see. However, there were more bullish news regarding Bitcoin and Ethereum, but we know this affects everyone else too. Might not have noticed, but the SEC approved something. Yes, approved. Please read it again. It's hard to believe at this point. And now we're talking about a kind of mixed ETF, so a mix of Bitcoin and Ethereum. For everyone who says, I want to diversify a bit. You have two assets to choose from. Yes, finally, there's the approval from Franklin Templeton and hashtags. And now it's assumed that these things will also take off in January. So that's also quite nice. Here you can also see the weighting briefly. It will be an 80-20 ratio, meaning the core focus remains on Bitcoin. So for example, BlackRock has clearly stated that they are currently focusing only on the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs. That is supposed to, for example, nothing is going to happen from Ripple for now. Maybe a mixed version will come out soon, we'll have to wait and see. But again, there's a clear focus on Bitcoin, but the mix with Ethereum could definitely create some movement. By the way, we do some research, so here is the official document, which you can of course read through at your leisure. So, as I said, this is official. There is no X anything that is being promoted a little bit further. That's a fact. By the way, so if you feel like following us on that, feel free to do so. Just search for Uptrend, and you can always stay up to date there. Now let's get directly to Ripple USD and the RLUSD. Yeah, guys, what happened there? Now, a stablecoin started at $1, and it only has $1. That's stupid. So that's really, strange. It's a stablecoin. Yeah, so please stay grounded here. Let's keep it in perspective. Be happy that the thing has launched, and yeah, I'm not the biggest Ripple fan, but with all due respect, this stablecoin has only been on the market for a few days. What do you expect? That it's suddenly going to join the ranks of USDT, USDC, and so on right away. So please don't exaggerate, because there are definitely some factors that make this thing very interesting. So especially regarding MyKA, I made a video about it where there's complete uncertainty. Feel free to click in here, especially USDT is a bit at a disadvantage. Of course, Europe, because they are losing USDT. We can discuss that now. As I said, everything is elaborated in the video. For sure, the regulation is in place here. If you look down here, you'll see that the RLUSD is fully backed by US dollar deposits, short-term US government bonds, and cash equivalents, which ensures constant value and reliability. 2001. And that's definitely the case, and you certainly have your advantages when you compare it with USDT, USDC, etc. Also, the partnerships behind it, definitely not to be overlooked. So yeah, we're currently only talking about global exchanges like Uphold, Bitstamp, and Bitso. However, there can definitely be much more to it, and it will probably be the case. So right now, this stablecoin is only running on Ethereum and the Ripple ledger. So, as I said, we'll have to wait and see, but this thing can really establish itself strongly and interestingly in the European market. Now, we also shouldn't forget that Ripple, the criticism I always have is that they are so close to the governments or something like that, which can actually be a significant advantage here. And let's assume that these predictions are correct, that mass adoption comes with the whole Ripple technology, then there will definitely be a different kind of movement behind this stablecoin. So that will definitely be an area of application, especially in the institutional sector, which of course also brings trust for all the retailers, because if institutions were to use a stable coin, then it's only natural that the thing is built securely. So anything can happen, but nothing has to, that's clear. But that's definitely an exciting sign. The thing has launched cleanly, it's here, and now we can wait and see. But by the way, that's not the reason why I personally believe that there's going to be a big pump in January. Now we come to that, and specifically we're getting into the legal dispute. I've already announced it. 15th of January, 2020. How do I get to that? So we have here a mammoth, endless process. It will never end. If you look at it that way, yeah, Gary Gensler is leaving on the 20th. January. Out. Now, it's definitely a bit risky, but there are certain deadlines to be met. And if we look further down the timeline, the last update was on the 15th of November, when there was a legal victory, then an appeal was filed again, and so on. And here too, you can feel free to read through the individual reports. Opinions and information really vary. Then there's an article saying Ripple is moving forward with a new legal team. By the way, I heard that these lawyers earn something like K per hour. So I strongly assume, as you can see from the whole process, that Ripple is quite confident that they will win. Well, otherwise you definitely wouldn't throw around such amounts quickly. But well, there seems to be a new deadline until the 15th of January at least, as requested according to this report, where the SEC has again presented its case to the court. So you could initially assume that, okay, they want to continue with this and they really want to go all in. Now, you also hear the opposing voices, where many say this is basically just a private war of Gensler against the crypto space, because when this is decided, it will probably not only push Ripple forward, but also everything around it. Now, let's take a closer look here. And it gets exciting because we have the 15th of January mentioned in the text again right here. The Second Circuit Court of Appeals has set a deadline, the SEC to file their appeal by the 15th of January. The court has made it clear that no further extensions will be granted. This is going to be exciting now because we have on the 20th Jan, the outgoing Gary Gensler. Now, one could say that as a belated Christmas gift, he might put something on the table on January 15th or maybe on the 14th. Jan, however, the SEC has already missed another deadline. And yes, they really seem to be forgetting to follow through in this Ripple case as well. But on the other hand, the big question arises, are they really going to do this now? So, is he really going to pull off something like that just 5 days before he's out? Who knows? And now I come exactly to my speculation. So Gary Gensler is stepping down. Now, we all know Trump, he's definitely a bit pro-crypto, as we've heard. Yes, and now he obviously has a crypto-friendly SEC leadership in his sights. And if we take a look at, for example, if we look at Paul Atkins, who gets along quite well with Brad Garlinghouse, one could certainly make the prediction that, well, in his case, he is definitely a strong contender, but the other candidates are also quite crypto-friendly personalities. One could certainly assume that, well, now they're just going to get the cow off the ice and simply let this deadline pass. By the way, I wouldn't even demand the one that Judge Torres imposed back then. It was something like, I think, 130 million or something like that. So not as much as requested. But all in all, one can say at this point that could definitely be the case. So, as I said, feel free to write in the comments what you think about it. But I can definitely imagine this could happen. And if that happens, and then 5 days later, Trump comes to power, then it could get explosive. So let's just wait and see. In any case, let's wrap this up nicely to smoothly exit the video before we get to the giveaway. Yeah, the chart is definitely something. So yeah, looking at the 7-day view, it went down again, but today alone, it's up 7% at the current rate. That's really tasty. All right, now let's get straight to the drawing. And by the way, a big thank you to all the people who keep liking and subscribing. So a lot is happening there. Watch the videos, leave comments. By the way, that's also part of the giveaway. I've also noticed that most of the people who do this haven't even subscribed themselves. So if you count yourself among those who watch the videos, in 2021, I would be super grateful for your support if you just hit the subscribe button for a moment, and feel free to subscribe to the bell so you don't miss any important info. Then this channel can really grow nicely. And of course, if you like the video, feel free to leave a like. So now let's get started with the drawing. Let's go to the last video and copy this out. By the way, you should also check out this scam video if you're wondering what those weird scam comments are under the videos. We explained it yesterday, and now let's draw the winner. We'll go in here, hit continue, and then pick a winner. Congratulations, Justin. Good educational work. There are many newcomers who fall for this trick. They don't know this trick. That's absolutely right. That's why we made the video. Congratulations on that. How can you win now? Well, I'll explain that when I draw the new giveaway now. And for that, let's dive right in and take a look. An envelope. Oh, it's getting really empty. Here is the envelope. So, For you, Justin, since you won, and for everyone else who wants to win, please make a BitMEX account. And you can find the link to that in the description, and you can also secure a 25 bonus. And then please also leave a comment. So how did you like the video? What do you think about that? Do you think Ripple will go to the moon in January or not really? What's your opinion? So Ripple has definitely surprised us in this bull run. I'm very curious. And what can you win now? Yes, that's tasty. So that means 210 BitMEX tokens that you can win. And don't forget to leave a comment about it. So that means 210 BitMEX tokens you can win. And also make sure to leave a comment. Justin, please message me on Telegram and I'll tell you how to claim your prize. And otherwise, wait a moment, if you're still interested in content from the community, including opinions from the community, then check the description. The community Telegram group is still there, alongside the Uptrend Trading group. So I had to think for a moment myself. That's enough for today. See you in the next video. Until then, all the best. 2001.